Saturday night's main event. WWE for the second time returned to prime time on NBC this past Saturday, this time taking place in San Antonio, Texas. Of course, this show kept the retro vibe from the previous show this past December. Everything from the opening intro, the song Obsession, the old school block logo, the red, white, and blue ropes, and who can forget Jesse the Body Ventura, who by the way was amazing. But more importantly, how was this show? I'm yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, and these are my thoughts on the latest edition of Saturday night's main event. Before we get into all this craziness, please make sure to like and subscribe to the Wrestle Havoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the freaking referee would say, ring that damn bell for more notifications. If you guys haven't checked out my previous video, please check out my video in which I talk about how TNA will not overtake AEW anytime soon. It is definitely a controversial video to say the least. So what were my thoughts on Saturday night's main event? I thought the show delivered on what it needed to do. Gave us great matches, great moments, and an awesome contract signing. Now, what is the purpose of Saturday night's main event, you might ask? Well, Saturday night's main event is a show that will happen quarterly every year. The concept of the show is giving you pay-per-view quality matches on primetime network television, that being NBC, which was the original home of Saturday night's main event back in the 1980s. Now, the matches for this show in particular might seem thrown together last minute, but realistically, if you think about it, all eyes are on the Royal Rumble, which will be taking place this Saturday, and that begins the road to WrestleMania. And I thought WWE did a good job on building to some of the things that will take place at the Rumble, primarily with that contract signing between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, which I will talk about later in this video. The first match of the evening was Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the women's world title. Rhea at this point is on a roll ever since beating Liv Morgan on the first Raw on Netflix. Nia Jax returned to WWE in September of 2023, and since then she has improved a lot from an in-ring standpoint ever since. Of course, she became the undisputed women's champion at SummerSlam, defeating Bayley. Fast forward to the first SmackDown of 2025, and Tiffany Stratton, after months of teasing a potential cash-in with her Money in the Bank briefcase, finally cashed in her contract on Nia Jax and became the women's champion. Of course, ever since Rhea Ripley won the women's world title, Nia Jax had her sights set on Rhea Ripley. This match was actually announced this past Monday on Raw, after both women were brawling all over the place. The match itself was great. It was a quick and straight to the point match. It was basically all action. Both women did what they needed to do and looked strong in the process. Some of the stuff that we saw in this match was a code red by Rhea Ripley on Nia Jax, which was freaking dope. I know for a fact Amazing Red and Petey Williams are proud. We also saw an electric chair spot by Rhea Ripley on Nia Jax, which was insane, which led to a kick followed by a riptide, which led to Rhea Ripley getting the 1-2-3 and retaining the women's title. The second match we saw was Braun Breaker versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental title. A little fun fact, and this is something that they actually mentioned on the broadcast, is that this was the first time the Intercontinental title was being defended on Saturday night's main event since 1992. Jesse the Body Ventura was on commentary with this match, and it's so great to hear his voice. This guy hasn't changed. If there's anyone at the moment that is flourishing on the main roster, in my opinion, it's Braun Breaker. The intensity that this guy shows in his matches are off the freaking charts. I'm waiting for that match with Jacob Fatu, by the way. That face-off was crazy a couple months ago. One of the craziest moments in the match was Braun getting sent to the floor, which led to Sheamus wanting to take him out, but ended up getting caught in a spear. A spear that happened out of nowhere. What's crazy is that I always said that Ricky Starks had the best spear in the business, but I honestly gotta say, Braun Breaker takes the cake. Sheamus later on in the match went onto the top rope, but Braun immediately hit a Frankensteiner. A Frankensteiner that looked so clean, which opened up the doors for a spear by Braun Breaker, but Sheamus countered with a bro kick. Sheamus went for the cover and ended up getting a 2 count. At this point, Sheamus was in control for a short amount of time, only to be caught with another spear by Braun Breaker, which led to Braun getting the 1-2-3 and retaining the Intercontinental Championship. I don't care what anybody says. You may call me biased. I don't care. Braun Breaker should be holding that Intercontinental title for a long period of time. The guy just has everything. He has the look, he has the intensity, his in-ring ability is off the charts, and his matches are entertaining as hell. Now let's talk about the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Of course, Saturday night's main event is in San Antonio, Texas, and who better to enforce this contract signing than the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. This whole feud started way back at Bad Blood when Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes after the show went off the air. Since then, Kevin Owens has been on a tear against Cody Rhodes, mainly because of the fact that Cody Rhodes teamed with Roman Reigns. And throughout the past 4 years, Roman Reigns has made Kevin Owens' life a living hell. Kevin Owens is definitely justified, by the way. I don't care what anybody says, Kevin Owens is doing some of the best work of his career. The segments that both of these men were involved in are some of the best. It's great stuff. Of course, they wrestled last month on Saturday night's main event for the undisputed title. Cody Rhodes brought in the Winged Eagle title for one night only. Everybody, including myself, thought that KO was going to go over in this match, but that didn't happen. Instead, Cody Rhodes got the win via controversial circumstances and retained his title, only for Kevin Owens to once again attack Cody Rhodes after the show goes off the air. Not only that, Kevin Owens took the Winged Eagle and proclaimed himself as the rightful WWE champion, after Cody Rhodes, of course, quote unquote, cheated to win. Which, if you really think about it, he kind of did. This led to the announcement of a ladder match to take place between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble. That leads us to the contract signing that took place on this show. Of course, Shawn Michaels is the enforcer. As usual, Kevin Owens went on a ramble. Cody Rhodes wanted to get straight to the point and have Kevin Owens just sign the damn contract. Even Shawn Michaels chimed in and called Kevin Owens jealous, which pissed Kevin Owens off even more. Kevin Owens signed the contract and gave it to Shawn. Both belts were held up high, and Kevin Owens ended up hitting a cheap shot on Cody Rhodes, only for Shawn to get involved. But then Kevin Owens put his hands on Shawn Michaels and was about to hit this man with the pile driver. But Cody came back for the save, which led to Shawn Michaels hitting the sweet chin music in San Antonio, Texas. That was a great moment to see, by the way. I thought the contract signing did what it needed to do. It got you excited for the ladder match at the Royal Rumble, not to mention a lot of heat on Kevin Owens when he was about to pile drive Shawn Michaels, only for Shawn to hit him with the sweet chin music. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. A match that I really wasn't excited about coming into the show. I mean, it's always a pleasure to watch Jacob Fatu in the ring. The guy is crazy, but realistically, nobody talked about the match itself. Instead, everybody talked about what happened after the match. The match ended abruptly with Fatu putting his hands on the referee and hitting repeated hip attacks on Braun Strowman, which led to Strowman bleeding from the mouth. Jacob Fatu, after the bell rang, just did not stop beating the shit out of Braun Strowman. Everybody from producers, referees, general managers, they tried to stop Jacob Fatu. But every time when Jacob Fatu would leave, this guy would come back and hit repeated springboard moonsaults constantly. Springboard moonsault after springboard moonsault, this guy just did not stop. Jacob Fatu did not give a damn. He basically committed murder on this poor man. The attack was so crazy that the crowd in San Antonio would chant one more time and would even chant his name. I gotta give WWE credit. The way that they have presented Jacob Fatu ever since joining the company last summer has been nothing but perfection. He looks frightening, menacing, and has that look that he's gonna hurt you. And that is exactly how he should be presented. Now the audience is starting to get behind Jacob Fatu, which is dope to see. I'm actually very excited to see what Jacob Fatu actually does in the future. Again, as I stated earlier in this video, I'm waiting for that Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu match. Bro, not even a match, bro. They should have a full-fledged feud. Now, granted, I think it's a little bit too early for that, but come on. We're all waiting for that. Come on, look at that face-off that happened a couple months ago. Again, dope as hell. Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Overall, I thought the match was fine. Many people expected Jey Uso to walk out as the World Heavyweight Champion on this show. I gotta be honest, I thought so too. But looking back, those last few moments in the match really had you thinking that Jey was gonna win. Of course, we were a few minutes till the 10 o'clock hour, and since this show is airing on NBC, WWE has to wrap it up quick. Jey would hit 2 spears and then go for the Uso splash. Right then and there, I literally thought he was actually gonna get the 3 count. But once Gunther kicked out, I knew immediately Jey was not going to win this match. Gunther ended up hitting numerous power bombs and getting the 1-2-3 and retained the World Heavyweight title. Honestly, looking back, it was the right call. I know everybody wanted Jey to go over. Trust me, I do too. But it's not like Jey's losing momentum because he isn't. I do believe this guy will become World Heavyweight Champion in 2025. Make no bones about it. It's bound to happen. Who knows, maybe Jey could win the Royal Rumble. I mean, this is a Royal Rumble that is absolutely stacked, not to mention, we do not even know who's gonna win. We don't even know the plans for WrestleMania. That's how unpredictable this Royal Rumble is gonna be. Again, we do not know. But they didn't bury Jey Uso at all. A lot of wrestling fans do not know what the word buried means. I'm sorry. If anything, WWE is playing the long game to build up Jey Uso and have him go after the World Heavyweight title, because again, after this match, clearly everybody is rooting for Jey. That's basically what I see them doing. But at the moment right now, Gunther is the World Heavyweight Champion, and rightfully so. Well, that was Saturday night's main event. Overall, I thought the show was good and it definitely delivered. Was it the best show ever? No, it was not. But again, it was an entertaining show and it gave you great matches and it gave you a great contract signing. So realistically for me, there's just nothing to complain about. Of course, all eyes are on the Royal Rumble this Saturday. And of course, WWE is more focused on that, as they should be. Of course, the Royal Rumble kicks off the road to WrestleMania. But that's another video for another time. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. Look out for more videos right here on the Wrestle Havoc channel in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And as the freaking referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. And as always, it is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, signing out. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.